Abuse, neglect, abandonment. These injustices happen daily worldwide, but the most extreme afflictions happen to those with disabilities. Cause for Life is on a mission to fight those injustices. Interns from around the world travel to remote locations to seek those in greatest need. They were on a journey to love, heal, and defend those with disabilities, bringing the light of hope to those in dark places. This is their journey.
Here in northern Uganda, you find that most of the children that are born with a disability are usually given to their grandmothers. Now the grandmother decides what to do. If the grandmother wishes to raise a child with a disability, they might, but it is very rare to find those. You find very few. Most of them would do all the cultural rituals and then throw the children into the river. We just visited a young boy, Gerald.
The grandfather said that his disability came from malnutrition, but it really seemed like he was very possibly born with a disability and then neglected and basically starved because the parents didn't value him.
My son there failed to keep him. He's the one who brought to me. This one was going to die if he had to be there with him.
Jared's grandfather works he's a warden at the prison. He has taken Jared in when he was abandoned by his parents.
Now this is where they sleep. I put this mat like this. This is how he sleeps like this. He sleeps like this, then we cover him. They were not giving him enough food. That made him to be just to be like this.
It's really hard to think of someone becoming more disabled because someone starved them.
The sister is Rebekah and she's 7 years old. She has to stay at home and care for Gerald because the grandmother does not want to.
She's been carrying Jared around. She has to carry him, go get water, do all of the care, the wood, everything. It was a burden, a real burden for her.
And that is very unfortunate that a 7-year-old misses school and does not get the opportunity for education because they're sacrificing for their brother who has a disability. We gave him a wheelchair recently.
This wheelchair has changed his life. When this wheelchair was not there, every time they keep on carrying him. Now this one they put on it, they keep on rolling.
It wasn't good for her to be carrying water, brother, wood, everything all the time. And so, for her health and for her empowerment to get that wheelchair not only helps Jared, but it really helped Rebekah.
We were also able to give a gift to the family that is going to be used to care for him medically. And also, he's been sleeping on a papyrus mat, so that gift is going to also be used for buying a mattress. I would believe that through our Cause for Life programs, we can educate the family. We can advocate for the sister.
I think it really bothered a lot of us and we were worried about her and her future. And so we went back the next day to visit her and Jared again. Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Before I left, my grandma gave me a bracelet that says dream on it because she knew it was always my dream to come to Africa. And she wanted me to give the bracelet to someone else, and so I was going to give it to Rebekah. Rebekah, I brought you a bracelet. And I just want you to have big dreams and know that God has big plans for you. I'm a big sister too, and I just think it's really cool how you take care of your little brother.
What we're trying to do is educate the grandmother on the importance of Rebekah attending school and not having to sacrifice her education and future for her brother who has a disability.
Robert, our translator slash guide slash everything else, he talked to the grandpa.
I was wondering because, it's not very expensive to take her to school at the primary level. So if you let her sit at home like this, it's going to ruin her future.
We know that the grandmother can do a good job caring for Gerald, so we believe that Rebekah needs to take this opportunity to go to school.
In Uganda, we have a saying that if you educate a lady, you're educating the entire nation. And so if you leave her sit at home, that means that you're also ruining the entire nation.
That was really powerful for me because Robert just stood up to him and told him how it was.
So if you take her to school, that would have helped a lot. You would have helped her and would have helped the entire nation.
I think next year, she will go to school. Next year.
I learned a lesson that night that, sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes when someone is experiencing some sort of injustice or they're not being given what they needed, you have to stand up and say something.
What do you think about going to school? Do you want to go to school? Yeah?
He said yes.
The grandpa said that they would enroll her in school for next year, so we're just going to keep continuing to pray that that happens.